everyone, so I wanted to do something a bit more fun today for you, and it was actually my sister sent me a text this morning asking me to do a cartoon lip tutorial because her friend wants to wear it out on a night out soon, and I thought it'd be something fun to do because I was actually thinking of doing one of the looks from the Met Gala ball that was on just like 2 nights ago, but I just wasn't in the mood for doing like another kind of mundane but pretty makeup. I just wanted to do something a little bit different, so that's why I did this. So keep watching to see how I did this, and I'll leave a full list of products like for the rest of the face and that below if you're interested on what's going on everywhere else, and there'll be pictures and all that kind of jazz on my blog as usual. So thanks a million, guys. So you're going to want to make sure that you've applied a lip balm like a couple hours at least anyhow prior to doing this lip, because you don't want your lips to be all dried and cracky, and especially since it's probably going to dry them out a little bit because you need the products to be quite dry and long lasting on the lips. So next, what you need then to actually apply the first colour is either a lip pencil, a long lasting one of course is preferable, or a waterproof one. I'm just going to use Cherry lip pencil by MAC because I have that's the colour I kind of want to go for, but there are like pro longwear lip pencils and other long lasting lip pencils you can get, so if you can get your hands on those would be best. Another option would be to use like a lip paint. So these tend to be a lot drier than normal lipsticks. There's loads of brands that do it. Revlon do their Colour Stay ones and MAC do their pro longwear ones. There's loads of brands. I'm going to use this Bourjois Rouge Edition Velvet lipstick, and this is in the colour 05. I think it has a name somewhere. Ole Flamingo. So I'm going to pop this all over the lip, and I did blot off any excess lip conditioner that was on my lips. And I'm going to be going over my own lip line because you want these to be kind of big and kind of, you know, cartoony looking, so you don't need to keep them within the lip line. And you don't by any means have to mix 2 colours like I am. I just want to kind of try it out today. So I'm just exaggerating my top lip mainly, and exaggerating the Cupid's bow. Then next I'm getting the lip pencil. So like I said, you could use pencils for all of this, and I'm going to fill in the rest of the lips. So I just wanted it to be slightly two-toned. And I'm not worrying too much about the outline yet because I'll be doing that with the black colour in a sec. I'm just going to draw the red slightly over onto the pink, like feather it over, and then I'll use a brush to blend the two together in a sec. Next, grab a lip brush and use that to just kind of blend the two together. And you can also use the brush at this stage to kind of develop the shape a little bit more if you want. So then next, and this is quite important, is blot. It's just so you don't have loads of excess on top so it can't really move, and when you do put the black and white on top of it, it won't just kind of smudge into it. So then next you want to go for the black outline. Now my favourite thing to use for this would be like a precision eyeliner like this. This is the Physicians Formula Eye Booster 2-in-1 Lash Boosting Eyeliner and Serum, which is such a mouthful. You could also just use a gel liner and a brush, or even another one I've been loving lately is, where are you gone? The L'Oreal Superliner Perfect Slim, which is another kind of marker style one. So whichever you want, you could even use liquid liner, but you know it'll be hard to be very precise with that. And now I'm just going to draw just a black outline around the lips. And the same way as if you were drawn like doing eyeliner, just do it in little bursts. Don't try to do one big line because it's very unlikely you'll get it perfect in one go. And you can go a little bit thinner than you want to because you can thicken it out once you have the line on. And I'm going to go around the outline again and thicken it up just to make it a little more like graphic. And then when you get to the outer corner of the lips, kind of kick it up a little bit so it's almost looking like you're smirking a tiny bit. Then next, once you have the outline done, you want to get either a smudgy kohl pencil or a black eyeshadow. I think a black eyeshadow is kind of easier to work with, and I'm going to use a tiny brush. This is one of the Sigma ones. It's their Performance Eyeliner E11, but just any tiny little brush. And I'm just going to pick up a matte black eyeshadow, and you want it to be matte rather than any shimmer, and start applying a little bit first to the outside, like the outside corner of the lips, just to add a little bit of shadow. And if you want, you can have that lip brush on hand from earlier on and use that to kind of blend it in. And just do the same on the top and the bottom. Then next, what you want to do is line the very inside of the lips. So obviously, you know, where it kind of meets the teeth, with some of that black as well. Be careful not to get it like over all the lips, but just try and keep it right on the inside. And when you're doing it, keep closing your lips to make sure you haven't gone down too far, but that you can still just about see it when the lips are closed. And I'm just going to do the same on the top as well. My lip's starting to twitch. It always happens when I'm trying to do something like complicated on the lips. Then next, with the same eyeshadow, you want to kind of draw a few very light kind of shadowy lines coming down, and I'll go over this again then in a sec with the eyeliner, but I wanted to just make them a little bit more kind of rosebud or cartoony. I'm not going to worry too much about the lines yet. I just want to get like the shadow in there. Do the same with the bottom. So you can kind of follow the natural cracks in the lips, if that's handiest. And then some will be longer than others. And then get the black eyeliner again, whichever one you want to use, and then just strengthen a couple of those lines. I keep switching eyeliners because they're getting a little bit dried from working over the lip products, but that's fine. So that'll do for the lines. You don't need to go over the top with them. And then the final thing to do is to add the reflection, the white part, which is what really makes it. So what I'm going to use here is a white gel eyeliner. Mine is a bit dry, it's the Inglash one, but I'm going to reactivate it with my Jewelry. You could also use a reactivation gel or like a mix and medium like this with just a plain white eyeshadow. Elf does one as well, their Makeup Lock and Seal, or if you really are in a pinch, you could just use a white kohl pencil. Just make sure it's a really soft one that won't drag. But I'm just going to reactivate my Jewelry line and then paint that on. You just want to make sure it's not going to be too watery. You want it to be quite opaque, so I'm going to work it on the back of my hand first. So I'm just going to use a tiny little eyeliner brush again. So just work it on the back of your hand first to get the consistency right. This would be the same as if you were doing it with your eyeshadow and Jewelry line as well. So you want to place this at the top of the lip underneath the black. And don't worry about it too much, you know, just kind of put it wherever. You can break up the line a bit as well. And don't overwork it because then you'll start removing what was underneath. I'm going to put a little bit just on this side. And I'm just going to taper the side a tiny bit. So that's more than enough for the top. And then I'm going to put a little bit on the bottom as well. And again, just put it on, don't overwork it because you don't want it to start mixing in with the colour underneath. That's the kind of finished article. I'd probably go a little bit thinner maybe with the white on the top lip next time, but it gives you the idea and it still is quite punchy. Now one thing you could try doing to really keep it in place, because it could crack a little bit, is to get a lip sealer. So I have this guy here, which is the Lipcote lip seal. You can get it in Boots, I think, and the trick is just do a little area at a time, because you don't want to like drag the colours over on top of each other. So do that, turn it around and do there, and then I'm going to wipe the brush and then dip it in again and move down. Now it kind of feels like I'm putting like paint thinner on my lips. It does have quite a strong kind of scent or taste to it when you first put it on, but it'll really keep your lips in place. And then give it a minute or two to dry, and then once it does dry, it's set. It's literally set there all night. So if you wanted to, you could go over the white a little bit again if you wanted to make it a little bit more stark, but that will really keep it in place. So there you have it, guys. There's my version of cartoon lips, or pop art lips. There's a few different names for it. It's just a fun little thing to try out, I think. That's it. So I hope you liked this, guys, and that it was easy enough to follow. There'll be a full list of products on the blog, as I said already, and thanks so much for watching. So I'll chat to you all really soon. Slán!